Hey, good evening. It's September 10th, Thursday night. The thought for tonight is about the power of praise. How praise takes our life and centers it and gives us hope and purpose, especially in the middle of turmoil. Just going to read a couple of excerpts from Psalm 9. And so, again, Psalms are such rich bounty for us. But it begins, the first couple of verses talk about praise. David says, I will thank the Lord with all my heart. I will declare all your wondrous works. That's praise. Declaring the wondrous works of God back to him. That's what the Bible means by praise. So we are centered and oriented properly when I declare all the great works of God back to him. I will rejoice and boast about you. I will sing about your name, O Most High. You see where my focus is? My focus is on the beauty and glory and wonder of God. Now that by itself should be enough for us. But the psalmist is gracious. The Holy Spirit is gracious. Later on in the psalm, we get these words. The Lord sits enthroned forever. He has established his throne for judgment. And he judges the world with righteousness. And he executes judgment on the nations with fairness. Now you see, this gives us both perspectives. The bigger one, the world happening around us, the crazy things happening in our world, our country and our world and all the things that are going on. But also, it includes you and me. It includes the things that we are facing, the personal things that we face, where things seem out of control. But they're not. God is executing his good, just, fair judgment, even in the middle of our lives. He judges the world with righteousness, and he executes. In other words, he brings about his judgment on the nations and in our lives with fairness. So this underscores this need for praise, because God is always doing what's right. So praise is always appropriate. Praise always puts me where I need to be. Whether it's through tears, whether it's through joy, whether it's through great sadness, whether it's we're just baffled at all that's happening and we're wondering, how is this happening? Whether we're bewildered, no matter what it is, whether we're hurting inside, God's praise is what's appropriate, because it takes us out of where we are and to the fact that he executes judgment fairly, wonderfully, beautifully because of Christ. See, that's my hope. So let me go back to these opening verses again. I will thank the Lord with all my heart, everything within me. I will declare your wondrous works. We need to be talking about the works of God. I will rejoice and boast about you. I will sing about your name, O Most High. This is what gives purpose, centering, wholeness to our lives. Because God is always at work. Even when it seems like things are really murky and things are really hard, God hasn't abandoned us. And that's the faithful, loving care of God, our good shepherd. And that's the thought for tonight. Both of you look at the crazy world scene with 9/11 being remembered tomorrow, or all the things that are happening around us, or whether it's your own world where it seems like 9/11 is happening around you. God is one to be praised, because he brings about things. He executes his judgment with fairness. Rest on that this night. And we'll see you in the morning. Good night.